Namaste and hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, The Metaphysical Library. I'm Ahuna, and in today's video I'm going to share my TBR for the October readathon for Bookworm Alley Book Club. Now I came across this by watching the video which was posted by Kirby from the Kirby the Bookish Nurse, and I will link her announcement video in the card over here as well as in the description box below. Besides this, I have also been seeing updates regularly on Discord as well as in the Facebook page for Bookworm Alley Book Club, and I absolutely loved the theme, and the entire readathon pattern was something which was very exciting. So do please join me further in this video. So now let's get down to the books that I have planned to read. Now we do have 4 to 5 or 6 parts which we can take. I believe there is a witch's path, there's a vampire's path, and I do have all the parts written in front of me on a notebook. And then we also have the path of the ghosts or the spirit. We have path of the fairy or the fae folk, and we have the path of the shapeshifter. And I believe that's all the parts that we have. So I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts which we can choose from, which was very convenient. And I did choose the witch's path, although I was planning to choose the fairy path. So from the witch's path, the first prompt is to read a book which features a witch. So for this I have chosen to read The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill, and it's not a very old book, it's quite a recent book. So I have not read it, but I would like to take this opportunity to read this book for this particular prompt. So from the back of the book it reads as: there is magic in starlight, of course. This is well known. Moonlight, however, that is a different story. Moonlight is magic. Ask anyone you like. Every year, the people of Protectorate leave a baby as a sacrifice to the witch who lives in the forest. But the witch Zan is a kind one. She rescues the children and delivers them to welcoming families on the other side of the forest, nourishing the babies with starlight on the journey. But one year, Zan accidentally feeds a baby moonlight. instead of starlight, filling the ordinary child with extraordinary magic. Zan decides she must raise this child, whom she calls Luna, as her own. As Luna's 13th birthday approaches, her magic begins to emerge with dangerous and thrilling consequence. So that will be the first book which I choose for this particular prompt. Now for the second prompt, which is what type of witch will you be? So we do have a lot of options. So there's a green witch, there is a elemental witch, there is a traditional witch, and there is a death witch. So I do have books for all of them. However, I did choose to read, I believe this is the book which I'm choosing, which is the traditional witch, which is to have books which has stars and probably it does sports some sparks, etc. So if you look very carefully, there's a moon, there's a star, there are some sparks over here. The Witch's Boy, which is a continuation or part 2 of the previous book which I was reading. So I would really love to complete this duology. Now from the back of the book it reads as, quiet stuttering Ned lives with his mother, Sister Witch, the village keeper of an ancient store of magic. It is unruly magic that only she can tame until the day the bandit king comes to steal the magic, and it bolts out of its pot and into the wide world beyond. Thrown into a wild adventure, Ned must venture into the enchanted forest that borders his village, where he meets Ain, the bandit's king's daughter. Can she help him find his voice and a way to speak to the magic? A word, after all, is a kind of magic. Words call the world into being. That is power indeed, and Ned is not yet a powerful boy. So this will be the continuation of the first book, and I believe it's an excellent opportunity to pick up this duology. And the third prompt which we have is to read a book which has a familiar. Now for this we do have various options. So we have a familiar. If as a witch we do have a cat, then we can read Mythos. If we have a dragon as a familiar, we can read a book which features a dragon. If we have a snake, then we have to read something with a heavy political plot in it. And in case if it's a dog, obviously as a familiar, then we have to read a book which is recommended by a friend. So I did choose to have a dragon as a familiar because I am reading a book for another readathon as well, which it does feature a dragon. So my familiar being dragons, because I really love dragons. So this is given by Nandi Taylor. And as you can see, it's a beautiful cover with a big nice dragon in front. Now this dragon is a shapeshifter, so it would have gone with the shapeshifter prompt as well. And in fact I did have a couple of books for the shapeshifter as well. I was trying to navigate my way through all the prompts, and I wish we had an opportunity where we could pick up one book for every prompt through every path that we can take, but that's not possible because I probably will not be able to complete all of them. So I just chose the witch's path. So from the back of the book it reads as, bound by fate, divided by duty. As a princess of the Moonrise Isles and one of its fiercest warriors, Yenny has always put duty before her own desires. When her father falls gravely ill, she knows she must find the cure and set out on an arduous journey that takes her to a magical academy in the far reaches of the Empire of Kresh. There is no room for failure, but Yenny struggles to learn the strange magic of Kresh as the cure continues to evade her, and complicating matters is Wesh, a dragon shifter who says Yenny is his given, his one true partner ordained by destiny. As a dragon, Wesh is an ally, both in matters of magic and friendship. As a man, he is beautiful and infuriating distraction. So I'll just read that out again. As a man, he is beautiful and infuriating distraction. With her father's life hanging in the balance and her feelings for Wesh deepening, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'll just read that out again. With her father's life hanging in the balance and her feelings for Wesh deepening, Yenny realizes her greatest challenge has just begun: save her people while also following her heart. So this would be for the third prompt, which is the witch is familiar. Now, for the fourth prompt, which is are you a part of a coven? So, if yes, then part of a series. I do have a book which is part of a series, and if solitary, then read a standalone. So, for this, I did choose to read the book club pick. By V.E. Schwab, which is The Near Witch, as you can see, and it also goes with the Green Witch prompt for what type of witch you are, because there are trees over here as well. So from the back of the book, it reads as: the Near Witch is only an old story told to frighten children. If the wind calls at night, you must not listen. The wind is lonely and always looking for company. There are no strangers in the town of Near. These are the truths that Lexi has heard all her life, but when an actual stranger, a boy who seems to fade like smoke, appears outside her home on the moor at night, she knows that at least one of these sayings is no longer true. The next night, the children of Near start disappearing from their beds, and the mysterious boy falls under suspicion. As the hunt for the children intensifies, so does Lexi's need to know about the witch that just might be more than a bedtime story and about the history of this nameless boy. So that will be the plot for this particular book. So these are the 4 books that I plan to read. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention was that during the entirety of October, I will be traveling. So I'm not too sure how many books that I will be able to complete. Usually, if I were at one place at home, I would have been completing 1 book per week, but unfortunately, that might not be so. So I will try to complete as many as I can and keep you regularly posted. Also, on this particular channel, I may not be able to keep a fixed date for uploading my videos all throughout October, and that's just because I'm traveling. So you might notice a video popping up during the weekend, or maybe somewhere midweek, or maybe at the beginning of the week. It would be as and when I do find an opportunity to post a video, because I'll be traveling, so I will be sharing most of my journey as well, and I'll be making short videos on it, and also short videos on letting you know any update of how far I've reached and what I feel about the various characters, etc. So without spoilers, of course, but in case of the spoiler just comes along, that's just part of it as well, but I will mention about it. So the other thing that I wanted to also mention is that my wrap up for this particular readathon, which will be happening in October, will not happen immediately in the beginning of November. It will be happening either late of November or maybe early December, because once I get back from my travel, which will be in the entirety of October, I will be busy with Diwali preparations, which will be happening in the first week of November. And by the time I wrap up everything and get into a daily routine, it probably will be mid of November, and posting and filming the wrap-ups will take some time. So do please expect a wrap-up for this particular readathon by the end of November, or maybe the first week of December at the max. So that's all I have to say for today, and all I have to share. So I do hope you have a good reading week ahead. I will see you soon next week with another video. So till then, take care, have a good reading week ahead, and namaste.